Hey everybody, it's Matthew of Mr. Domestic. I am here at the Fat Quarter Shop Studio to teach you about fabric weaving. So these are the general tools. I'm all about it. I love it. If you've never heard about it, you're about to mind blown. It's gonna be amazing. These are things that you need. I'm gonna work with these fabrics. They're of the new Art Gallery Fabrics Pure Solids. I use stretchable interfacing that's woven, that's fusible. This is the Wefty Needle. This was specifically designed for fabric weaving, like that. And if you try to weave without it, trust me, it won't be as enjoyable. You will need a rotary cutter. Those who have watched my videos on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe and subscribe to Fat Quarter Shop. Have seen that sometimes when I don't use a retractable one, I forget to close it. So this one, y'all can't read me on this video. And then a ruler to cut your strips. And then these two different boards by Holt are perfection for fabric weaving. This is her blocking board, which is for crocheting and knitting, but with pins, I'll be able to use this for fabric weaving. So if you crochet and want to learn about fabric weaving, go ahead and get this. If you just want to fabric weave, get it too. And then this is also a Holt product. It's a design board, so it's like felty, ooh la la goodness down here to put your blocks. But then on the other side, it's foam board that you can draw a grid on, use this for fabric weaving, and I'll show you how to do all of that. So those are the supplies that you need. It's not that many, but it's going to be hours and hours of fun. So come on this journey with me of fabric weaving. Yay! This video specifically is going to be one of two types. It's going to be two axi. So one going this way, one going that way. For simple. This is very beginner friendly. If you've never done fabric weaving before, totally cool. If you're a quilter and want to learn how to integrate fabric weaving into quilting, this is a video for you. There's a quilt behind me over here. I'm going to show you how to make that. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to make one block that's 8 by 8 inches using this technique. So these are the tools that you need for this video. I have a tube turner. For this specific type to integrate it into quilting, I'm going to use a tube turner, and I'm making tubes. That's one way to do fabric weaving. Come on this journey, it's going to be some fun. The first thing we're going to do is cut the strips and prepare them. So let's get into that. Move this out of the way. Oh, I need this. Ding, 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 ding. So for this, I want my strips, the width, to be 1 inch. That's a good beginner-friendly intro into fabric weaving. So since I'm going to sew them into tubes, I need to account for that 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides. So I'm going to make my strips 2.5 inches. Cut as many as you're into. I'm going to go ahead and stack and whack in this situation, lining them all up. Ta-da. Ta-da. I think I can cut through all these layers. Let's see. Right here. Cut out this beautiful selvage. Boom, I did it. That's a lot of layers, folks. Then let me do it proper. I'm doing this properly for Kimberly Jolly. Look at me. I'm cutting away from myself. I turned it the proper way. So right here, 2.5 inches. Boom. Yes. Do one more set. 2.5 inches. Right here, fold this up, being all proper. And then now each one of these, since it's a solid, it doesn't matter which one's wrong or right. If you're using a print or choose to use a print on this, you're going to sew it where it's right sides together. So I'm going to take this over to a sewing machine, sew up these raw edges, and then show you how I turn them right side out. So let's head over to the sewing machine. So hey everybody, we're over at the sewing machine, and now I'm going to sew up all of these strips. Once again, if you were using a print, you would do right sides together, sewing up the long side. I have a complementary or a fill thread. Boom. 50 weight, good to go. 1/4 inch foot, and a sew. Look at this. And I don't like to pin, I don't have to, but I'm just feeling it as it gets like 6 inches before lining it up, and it will line up perfectly. But if pinning makes you comfortable, go for it. And then since I am turning them right side out and making a tube, I'm gonna go ahead and pivot. And then sew this one closed. So I can use this for the tube turner. So now I'll show you how to turn this right side out with the tube turner. So this Turn It All tube turner has 3 different sizes, and you just find the tube that will fit in there because you want it as big as possible. The largest one fits. So these I will put aside, and all I do is I get it all the way to the end. So like this. Then I'll take this stick, and then where the closed end is, see? Oh, shake the room like this. If you've ever tried to do this without a tube turner, it's not an enjoyable experience. Look at that. Boom. Now this is, get the wood out though, because you don't want to sew with the wood in there. So now that it is right side out, you need to press it, because like that's not cute to like weave with. And I got my little handy dandy iron. And this is when you're gonna actually iron it. You're not gonna press it, right? Because you want to flatten out those wrinkles. Get rid of those wrinkles, folks. Just use an iron. Ta-da, ta-da. And then I'm going to make 8-inch blocks. So now I'll cut these. You want them to extend a little bit beyond. And an easy way to do it, because the length of this is how many? 18. Yes, perfect. So I can cut it like this with my micro serrated scissors. So now I have 4 strips made from that one. And I'll make a few more, and then we'll get into the fabric weaving component of it. Yay! So now I am going to show you how to do the actual weaving. This is a standard basket weaving. Once again, I reinforce the fact that this is very beginner friendly, and I've decided, since I want to teach y'all how to make the quilt behind me, that I'm going to shorten the blocks to 6-inch by 6-inch so I can show you how to add the sashing in another video. So this block here is going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. I'm all about the random. Anytime I can take the thinking out of my project, I do. So I'm just gonna pick these at random, folks. And I'm gonna start in the center. I go like this. This is how I pin. You go a little bit in, then go like this, and put it on the diagonal, because that will keep it from slipping. So once again, I'll show you. Put it in, bring it over a little bit, push it in the diagonal. See, ain't going anywhere. Ta-da! And you want these to butt up against each other. It's more important to do that than to make sure it's on the 1 inch, so that you can have a ting-ting next level fabric weave. Once again, boom. See? Boom. And for this, just to be a little extra, I'm putting all of the seams on the same side. It's another way to ting-ting next level your stuff, folks. Here. And when I pull them, just another tip, I pull it a little bit beyond its natural state. Not too far, because it will retract whenever you take the pins out, but that keeps it super taut. Here, I've done 6, and now I'm going to weave 6 going into it. This is where you need your Wefty needle. It just helps, folks. So this is how you thread the Wefty. Stick it in the smallest gap. There are 2 sizes. This is the 1-inch size, and then there is a 1/2-inch size. Those are the standard sizes that I weave with. And you're just gonna do a basic over, under. So I'm going over, under, over, under, over. That's where you can use this board to help center it and align it. If you don't want it to be like that, that's not cute. You want it to be like that. And pin it. This, another random. Here I go threading it again. The Wefty the logo needs to be up because the beveled side is underneath to help it keep from getting caught. So just remember that. Then this one was started with over, so the next one I'm going to start under, over, under, over, under, over. Then try to get this once again butted up right there. Here's the Wefty needle. Ooh. This hole right here is where you thread it. So I go over, see it on the side, go over, see how it's threaded, and I just pull it down enough to where it won't come out. See it? Boom. And now I'm gonna go under, over, under, over, under, over. Fabric weaving's fun, folks. Y'all know you want to do it. One more. This is so cute. These are the new AGF Pure Solids. They have 20 new colors, and these are 3 of them. You'll see the exact colors like in the description here. On that note, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mr. Domestic, on YouTube, and subscribe to this one too, and give it a thumbs up. Two more. And one more. Where should I go? Here, here, here. Let's choose this one. Wefty side up. This one goes over, under. And now the weave is done. But Matthew, how do you get it off the board without it falling apart? I've got the answer for you. That's where tape. Tape is one of my favorite notions. This is painter's tape. It's amazing. It's got just enough tack to where it will keep things in place, but the residue won't remain. So I'm going to create a stitch line essentially. Putting it here, making sure they're all taut. Right here. Sound effects required. Right here. So that is one set. And since in this style of fabric weaving, there's not interfacing underneath it like the other one that I'll teach you, I'm gonna go ahead and add another on the outside right here. And this will ensure capturing all of the strips with some tape. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Ta-da! Like that. And now remove. Are you nervous? I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. I know it's gonna be fine. Now I'm gonna take this over to my sewing machine and stitch around the stitch line to finalize it and secure it before I cut it. So now I am going to stitch along the edge of this tape, which created a straight potential stitch line. I'm stitching at 2.5 millimeters, and I'm just going to follow the line. I always get asked whenever I use either glue or tape, because I love both of them, whether it gums up the needle. I'm using a standard universal needle here, and I don't experience that. But I can't promise that you wouldn't. Specifically when I use this combination, it's fine. I'm just going to secure this one more time. Go like this, cut it, lift it. The final thing to do is to remove the tape and square this up like a block. So now it's time to remove the tape. Boom, look at that. Coming right off. Here. Then this should perforate right at the stitch line. If you happen to sew over it, boom, 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 boom. Ding. So look, it's not going anywhere. See, it's a weave, so it'll do that. Ta-da! See, don't be scared. So now I'm going to take this. It is a 6.5 by 6.5 Creative Grid square ruler. Line it up right there. This is creating a 1/4 inch seam allowance around the block. And I'm going this way. I'm cutting away from myself, folks. Just letting you know. And then, you ready? Are you ready for the reveal? Look. You've got one block. Now you can fabric weave. So now we have one complete 6.5 by 6.5 inch block. You could take this, turn it into a pot holder, have some fun, make it a trivet, or you can follow the next video, which is going to show you how to join 4 of these using double-sided sashing to make the quilt behind me here. So let's get some fabric weaving fun on, folks. Yay!